Have you ever watched someone you grew up with, someone you shared a bedroom and secrets with, turn into a literal monster the second money was put on the table? My name is Chloe, and I spent my entire life being the responsible twin. I stayed in our hometown, looked after our aging father, and managed his medical bills while my sister Lexi lived a high-flying life in Los Angeles, only calling when she needed a loan or a favor. Our dad was a simple man, a retired carpenter who lived in a modest farmhouse, but he had one prized possession, a collection of vintage, mint-condition tools and rare hardwoods he'd spent 40 years sourcing. He always told us, "This workshop is your future, girls, it's worth more than the house." When he passed away 3 weeks ago, I was devastated. Lexi, however, showed up to the funeral in a designer black dress, clutching a manila envelope before the dirt had even settled on the casket. The first red flag was the will she produced. According to this document, which was signed just 2 months ago during a weekend she surprised Dad with a visit, everything, the house, the land, and the entire contents of the workshop was left exclusively to her. I was stunned. Dad couldn't even hold a pen 2 months ago due to his advanced Parkinson's. I tried to talk to her, but she had already hired a private security guard to stand at the end of the driveway. She told me I had 48 hours to vacate the guest room, and that if I touched a single screwdriver from the shop, she'd press charges for theft. I spent that night crying in my car, realizing that my sister hadn't come home to mourn, she had come home to harvest. The emotional twist came when I decided to do some digging. I knew Dad kept a backup of his important papers in a fireproof floor safe under the floorboards of his tool shed. While Lexi was busy sipping expensive wine and posting grieving daughter selfies on Instagram, I snuck into the shed through a loose siding panel. I found the safe, but it wasn't empty. Inside was a digital recorder and a series of letters addressed to me. I pressed play, and my father's voice, shaky but clear, filled the small space. "Chloe, if you're hearing this, Lexi has already tried to take the shop. She doesn't know that the tools she sees in the cabinets are replicas. The real collection, the one worth $500,000, is hidden in plain sight." I realized then that Dad had known exactly who Lexi was. He had spent his final months planting fake documents for her to find, knowing her greed would lead her straight to them. He had even let her convince him to sign that fake will, knowing it would be legally contested the moment the real, notarized one hidden in the safe was brought to light. But the real shocker: the rare hardwoods Lexi was so eager to sell weren't just wood. Dad had been a master at hidden compartments. Inside the hollowed-out beams of the workshop's main frame, he had stashed the real inheritance. Gold bullion he'd been converting his savings into for decades, distrustful of banks. The shocking ending: I didn't tell Lexi. I let her go through with the auction of the rare tools. She spent $30,000 on marketing and high-end auctioneers, only for the experts to reveal on live television that the entire collection was made of cheap, modern knockoffs. She was humiliated, broke, and facing a massive lawsuit from the auction house for misrepresentation. While she was screaming at the cameras, I was quietly moving the real collection and the gold to a secure location. I used the money to turn Dad's farmhouse into a free vocational school for underprivileged kids, just like he wanted. Lexi sent me a legal summons yesterday, but she's in for a surprise. The lawyer representing me is the same one who notarized Dad's actual will 3 years ago. I'm not just the responsible twin anymore, I'm the one who finally finished Dad's last project, and it feels amazing.